When we were trying to uncover the trail of secret payments in the BAE case on arms contracts all over the world, we met obstruction everywhere we turned.
For Russia, it is nearly impossible to accuse any official in illegal activity.
The two journalists that we are celebrating tonight are two journalists of great conviction, of great integrity, who through their work have dedicated themselves to the relentless pursuit of the truth about those that propel and permit corruption.
Journalists seek truth, human rights activists seek justice, and I think on that intersection between truth and justice lies the fight against corruption.
I'll always remember the very first time we recognized exceptional people in 2000. That year, the global anti-corruption community recognized Lasantha Vikramatunga, editor-in-chief of Sri Lanka Sunday Leader, Lasantha's fearless pursuit of the truth, and the years he spent exposing corruption in Sri Lankan politics made him the first of several journalists to be granted TI's Integrity Award. On the 8th of January, just a few weeks ago, Lasantha Vikramatunga was shot dead in the streets of Colombo. I'll ask you, ladies and gentlemen, please, to stand 1 minute of silence in memoriam.
The profession of investigative journalist almost died in Russia, both literally and conceptually. Some were killed, some just lost faith that their work was worth it. So what does it take to be an investigative journalist from Russia and to win a Transparency International Integrity Award? It takes one who, as a young journalist, watched his colleague and teacher Yuri Shikachikhin killed in the course of dangerous investigation, but who had enough courage to carry it on, to finish it, and to do everything possible to see a subject of the investigation brought to trial. It takes one who is brave, skillful, and competent enough to launch investigations into the personal wealth of top Russian officials, their family businesses, and their corrupt networks. One who speaks the truth about those who are responsible for making Russia move forward, about those who are in charge of decisions affecting the lives of people all over the country and beyond. Я очень рада, что это все о тебе, Roman. And I'm very glad that it's all about you, Roman. Please welcome Roman Shlinov.
Thank you very much. I'm really grateful to you for the opportunity to talk here. I understand that not only my work was appreciated, but also the work of my colleagues, who in fact were and who are doing much more dangerous work than I do. I should like to say that I'm grateful to the experts of Transparency International, namely to the experts of Transparency International in Russia, because in the situation when some experts in Russia, when you're asking them for comments concerning top-ranking officials, sometimes say, you see, well, I can give you comment, but it's better not to give my name. Maybe it will be better to give anonymous comment. We have never heard anything like this from the experts of Transparency International in Russia. That's why they always helped us and always helped us with a deep and thorough and independent analysis that usually helps us to understand the situation better. Once upon a time, it was nearly 1 year ago, I had the opportunity to talk to the son of the director of Russian Secret Service, Federal Security Service. The young guy was appointed an assistant of the top figure in a Russian oil company controlled by the state. And I asked him, what do you think about nepotism? He told, you see, I think that everyone must do his own job. From his answer, I understood that fathers must perform nepotism, children must occupy good positions in state-controlled companies, and we must write about it. So thank you very much. Thank you for this award.
David and his team's work in investigating a number of cases around BAE has been quite extraordinary. From 2006 to 2007, his team investigated a series of deals led by BAE from Tanzania to South Africa to Saudi Arabia and a number of other countries. The consequence of this was that it made it very difficult for the SFO not to investigate. The SFO had been reluctant to investigate these cases, and this position became more and more untenable. Public awareness was certainly raised to a very high degree, and so that when, as many of you will know, the then Prime Minister Tony Blair effectively instructed the SFO to suspend its investigation of the Ali Umama case, there was a public outcry, and a very effective case was brought in the form of a judicial review by the High Court, and that case would have been very difficult to bring, probably impossible, without the work which the Guardian team had done. David, it's a pleasure for me, on behalf of TI, to present you with this award, and if you'd like to step up, I'd like to do so.
Just a couple of things. I'm very honored to get this from TI because TI is one of a really small group of people across the world who do something about corruption, and they're one of the small groups of people who we can turn to as journalists, knowing that they're committed and courageous and tough-minded, and they do make a difference. The other thing I need to say is that, I'm glad Lawrence pointed out that the kind of thing that I do, I don't do alone. I do it with the backing of a newspaper, The Guardian. More to the point, I do it with my colleagues. My partner, Rob Evans, wrote every story that we did about BAE together. We've worked with journalists from all over the world. Paul Radu from Romania, who's here, I'm glad to say. Sam Soley from South Africa. Frederick Lauren from Sweden. Jane Corbin from Panorama and the BBC. We've all worked together on aspects of this story. And that's how these things come to light. As I said in that little video, it's a bit embarrassing for somebody like me because my life isn't in danger. I don't work in the kind of situations that Roman and his colleagues in Russia work in, or other journalists in the developing world. In Britain, we have it easy. On the other hand, I failed because I didn't make a difference, because BAE didn't get prosecuted despite what we exposed, and I'm glad to see Richard Haldeman of the Serious Fraud Office here tonight, because I live in hope that one day the SFO will bring a prosecution against a corrupt British company, and that really would make a difference. So thank you.